Okay. My display is again not sharing onto the projector. Well, you can't display it to a projector when you don't have a projector display adapter. So, CJ, you can join to the screen. That way you'll see what I'm helping with handling. All right. Is it God Help Us 3? All right, so orient constraining my FK back to my arm on the right side. The left side works. Okay, so FK arm. That's weird. Okay. Let me look at. So your IK and FK systems, your joint chains, should be grouped. And the group is parent constrained to this joint. So I'm not sure how this system, no, that system's not working either. So you want to take your IK joint chain and your FK joint chain, right, group it. IK, FK, R, arm, GRP, and these two, IK, FK, arm, L, GRP. And this is going to be, I'm going to reposition my pivot. I'm going to hide the geo. So I'm going to hold down DV and middle click to put the pivot at the shoulder. I'll do that for both. Hold down DV, middle click, and drag that up to that. And my IKFK arm group will be parent constrained here. So I select that joint. This is the left arm. I choose the left group, constrain, parent, make sure everything's on and maintain offset. I'll apply that, and then I'll select my right clavicle, control click my right group, and do the same. So once I have that, then that should follow, but the FK controls will simply be parented to the top spine controls. So I select the FK shoulder, shift select the spine, hit P, the FK shoulder on the right, same thing, hit P, and now that follows. But why is that? What's going on there? Why do I have leg test? You still have your leg test stuff in here. FK control. So the leg stuff, when you bring the leg in, when you import the leg system in, it brought a lot of additional stuff in that you needed to delete. So I think that's constraining the right arm. I tried to do the forearm, it broke. I'd have to see what you're talking about because I'm not catching that from your words. I don't know, but that's working. I don't know what was going on before. Maybe I had two things selected. I didn't really do anything here. Right, but when you're orient constraining, this is why we need conversations here. I can't deal with text. I haven't finished orient constraining the right arm. Orient constraining what? Are you talking about for the switch? Okay. All right. Well, this is working for as far as following the character, right? As far as the ARM systems following the character based on how I set this up, right? So this is parented to that. This is parented to that. And the joint chains are parent constrained to these little joints in here. Yeah, it's hard to make out what you guys are talking about when all I'm getting is text. When we're trying to have a normal conversation, it's hard to work. I am getting this where when I move and this I think has to do with your switch. I shouldn't have orientation adjustment on the hand while I'm moving the FK joint chain. So this is, I think this has to do with the switch, but I don't have a switch. So it looks like you're still working on that, I guess. Do we have a switch here? No. Okay. All right. We can look at it later. Are you going to be in VR lab later? Like after lunch? Okay. All right. If you guys have microphones, use them. I can't deal with this text stuff when I'm trying to help you. It's hard. Who else did I have? Alana, I think, or was it Iriana? I think it was Alana. Arms are giving me trouble.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out my arms right now. It's like I'm working on one thing and I break like 20 other things.
Okay. Did you post yours to the stream?
I have not.
Do you want to, or do you want to work on it later, or what?
I was working on it now, but I kind of want to try to figure it out before I
Okay.
ask for help.
Okay. All right. And I forget, CJ, what did you want to do with yours?
I had already done the.
Oh, you're doing the blend shapes and all that stuff. Okay. So are you having any trouble with where you are?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I have to do work. That's the trouble.
No, that's just not having done it yet. Are you stuck? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I have to go over the range of motion assignment. Okay. So I'm going to do that. All right. CJ's in. Shanissa, hey, you came in. Good. Shanissa, how are you doing on yours?
To be honest, not really doing much lately. So I apologize.
Okay. Are you gonna be available later today to come into to B112?
Probably.
Okay.
I'll leave.
I'll be in here until 4 after lunch. I think. Yeah, 4. After that, I can still help you, but we would have to move to a different room.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah, I'll come in later today.
Okay. What's up, Dan?
So we went over last time I was in here about what I would need to turn in.
Yeah, your final project for basically both classes.
Yeah. Okay. So would you suggest that for the game project that I go back and try it, continue that, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just try and shoot for the stars on it?
If you want to get it, just kind of like done and over with, you can try to build out what you have and have somebody do the beta test on what you have, which was, I think, enough, honestly.
Yeah.
And then turn that in, and that'll be enough to pull you up.
Yeah, I know that I barely failed that class.
Right.
But I just
both of them.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, I think that would be fine. But if the sooner the better.
Right, of course. So. And as far as the website animation goes, that's been a little bit longer since I've taken it. I was curious if the classroom, do you know if it's archived or still up? If I need to go back for reference material, or if you.
Oh yeah, available. I can make that available to you.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
don't know if I recorded anything though, as far as demos are concerned. I'm not sure.
No, but it would be nice to have a refresher on button operations and all that before I start
Okay.
making a website.
And I can help you also.
Okay.
So, all right, I got to do this demo.
Yeah, that's cool. I just wanted to check in and make sure.
All righty.
Appreciate you.
Yep. Appreciate you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Sir, what are you doing in class today?
After this demo.
Well, okay, so I'm doing classes at 4. Oh, I got class. My last class is from 4 to 6.
Yeah.
I have a meeting with Miss Kristen after.
Yeah.
Some class. I don't know how long this lasts.
That's okay. You don't have classes on Friday, right?
Mm.
Okay. Would it be alright if I stopped by and picked up my amp? I'm at the apps. Alright. How are you enjoying it, by the way? Have you been using it? Nice.
Almost every night.
Awesome. Dude, I've been listening to Noah. I forgot the last name. Connect. I don't know.
Connect.
No, not Connect. I didn't say that. But I've been listening to a lot of his music and it's very, very good. I'm definitely gonna have to try and learn to play some of that because it's just very, very soothing. It's very upbeat at the same time. That's rocking. But
I'm currently in the process of making the blend shapes. He works on between pretty much everything. I don't think he's hand skills,
Let me know when you're ready.
but other than that, everything's
good.
as much as I can do.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, Dan, can I demo now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stop talking to students and all that. I got you.
All right. So for this final animation stuff, I'm just going to do a little bit of a demo for those that are that haven't maybe done some character animation yet. And I want to put the PDF on this real quick. I thought I had done that already, but here we are. Motion. So basically what you're going to do is, and this is due on Monday, animate your character performing 3 30-frame cycles, right? 30 frames is 1 second. So these are very quick. It's a toe touch, jumping jack, and a back stretch, right? So you're going to create a brand new empty scene. This is going to be in the same project folder. So when I go to File Project Window, it should say bparks biped character, or your project folder, right? So it's a brand new scene. You're not going to animate on your rig file, your final rig file, right? That is untouched because you need to be able to use it in other projects and other scenes and stuff like that. I'm just making sure I'm presenting and recording and all that stuff, right? So we're going to have a brand new file, okay? This first file we've created in a long time. And we're going to reference our character in. So I'm going to go to File, Create Reference. As you know, I've only demoed up to a certain point, so I don't have a finished Rodney. So I always bring in a guest star. You will be referencing in your final, right? Your final should be everything completed and working, right? I'm going to reference in our guest star, Ang. And it should come in. Here he is. Now, this character is a free rig. I found it by doing a search for free Maya rigs somewhere. Might have closed the window. I think I did. Yeah. And so the controls are a little bit different, but you can see that they're basically the same. I can move the main character. I can lift up the feet, just like we did with Rodney. He has foot controls that work a little bit differently. His rolls up on the ball, but if you go farther, it rolls up on the toe as well. So this is a different kind of setup. And if you pull it back, it rolls back, right? So it's a little bit of a different kind of setup. The idea is the same. It's just set-driven key, right? If I can set a foot roll limit, right? So if I want to go differently, setting this to where it bends at a different position, I can do that, right? I also have separate controls for the foot roll by itself, and I have a separate control here for the toe roll. But the idea is the same. They just did it with direct controls and a different type of setup, right? They also have foot bank, which allows you to rotate your foot left and right, which is, again, just a matter of you having groups and setting those to rotate on Z instead of X, right? So the idea is the same. They also have a direct control over some additional stuff, like if I wanted to manually move the knee left and right. They have bendy controls, which is just controlling additional joints within the leg. I usually try to turn those off, but I haven't found the control that does that. They have, of course, controls for the cloth, should be loose around the character. They have individual hip controls like that, right, for the sake of correction of leg position and stuff like that. This has that. The spine, actually, this is the hip control here for that. The spine is kind of similar to ours. Usually they have manual translate controls and stuff like that. They have clavicle here instead of on the back, right? And it works through rotation instead of translation. It's very similar, right? Arm is by default set to IK, works exactly the same. It does not have a pull vector here. This is a cloth. You know, all these little boxes are cloth controls. Their pull vector is simply a direct, you know, stretchy positioning type of thing. And they have a little hand here that has some preset relaxing of fingers, scrunching, bending, curling, and stuff like that. And they should have looking for the FK switch. Huh. I'm not sure where their switch is. Usually it's on the hand. Maybe it's here. No. Interesting. I wonder if it's, sometimes they'll put it somewhere else. IKFK blend, left arm. There we go. Yeah, they put it on the main control instead. So there's the FK setup. So the idea is the same. Head and neck, they have that. They have just a little adjustment, and their head control is up here. And their eye control is by default stationary, but works the exact same way. And they have their blend shapes involved and stuff like that. And they have more facial controls than what we've gotten into. But like I said, the idea is the same. They have these blend shape controls here for puffing, which we could actually use, and a little pucker. We could use that. And they have teeth positioning, just like I was talking about before, and stuff like that, right? So this is a really nice professional rig. Works really well. In fact, D'Angelo has used this. If you've seen his work, he does some really good animation with him, with Ong. Okay, so basically, you know, the first step when you get a new rig is you got to learn it. You got to figure out what the controls are, how to access the controls and stuff like that. I know for the animation, I'm going to do the jumping jack. For the animation that I want to do, I know that the jumping jack has arcing movement with the hands, right? The wrists need to move in an arcing movement, right? Like this, right? So the best way to do that is through FK controls, not IK controls. So I'm going to have both of these arms switched over to FK. So here's arm IK FK blend. I'm going to turn that on. And they also have FK legs, which I said is an option, right? So if I wanted to do that, I could switch that over to FK. I'm not going to do that because I'm not doing any kicking or anything like that. So I've learned my character. I'm going to go ahead and save as, because it's basically break time. So this is going to be bparks _ I'm going to save this separately as range of motion _ 01. Actually, I want to do this because I'm having 3 animations. This one's going to be jumping jack 01. So you're going to save each one. You're going to save your toe touch as toe touch 0123 and final. You're going to save your back stretch as back stretch 0123 and final. Each one will be on a brand new scene file that you've referenced your character in. Okay, you can see how this will be a problem if you animate on the final. You animate on the final, on the rig final, right? Then you go and you do your toe touch after you've done your jumping jacks on the rig final. Now you have toe touch animation on your rig. You can't do the jumping jack, or vice versa, whatever it was I said the order. Okay, so I'm going to save this as jumping jacks 01. I've referenced my character in. I've learned what he can do. I'm not going to be animating the cloth. I could, in fact, just kind of hide the cloth, right? So I don't have to deal with it. And I'm ready to go. So let's go ahead and go to break. We'll come back in 10 minutes and animate our character.